Welcome back to the BMICH for the teleconference to be held with Washington via WorldNet. The panel in Sri Lanka will consist of His Excellency the President, Mr. J.R. Jayawardena, Dr. Stanley Kalpage, Dr. Arthur C. Clarke, Professor Willie Mendis, and Dr. Pierce. Let me now hand you over to the panelists.
The United States Information Agency presents an international televised exchange of ideas. Now, from our studios in Washington, D.C., here is your host, broadcast journalist, Jack Reynolds.
Good evening and welcome to WorldNet. Today, for a nationwide television audience in Sri Lanka and distinguished participants and guests at the Bandaranaike Memorial Conference Hall in Colombo, we present a special program on past and future achievements in the peaceful uses of space. Classified as mere fantasy a short time ago, satellite technology has transformed today's world. 25 years ago, a program like today's satellite video conference would have been impossible. But there was one man, a visionary, who anticipated this revolution in communications. Arthur C. Clarke not only predicted an accurate picture of telecommunication via satellite, but helped us understand its impact upon our world today.
25 years ago, it was impossible to pick up the sounds and images from one part of the world and beam them to another. But in 1965, satellite technology changed all that. With the ability to send orbiters into space, nations began witnessing major global events, whether it be war, peace, demonstrations, or milestones.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
As mankind pondered global events and the immensity of space itself, he was also sharing in the vision of Dr. Arthur C. Clarke, in whose writings this new era of communication was predicted over 40 years ago. Dr. Clarke has recently stated that this communications revolution is just the beginning. He made other predictions as well.
Ignorance will be banished on this planet. All the knowledge of mankind will be available at the touch of a fingertip through the global electronic library. We'll even approach the old science fiction dream of teleportation. You'll be able to send a life-size, three-dimensional image of yourself to anywhere in the world.
In addition to Dr. Clarke's vision of teleportation, he also shared his thoughts on what the next step will be for satellite technology.
I see that Comsat's already making a Earth station small enough to be carried as hand luggage, well, almost about 70 pounds. And I think in the next decade, almost any businessman and journalist will have a small attaché case which he'll be able to contact his home office directly through satellites and be independent of any terrestrial communication system. And think how essential, how valuable this is going to be, particularly in the lesser developed parts of the world.